Here's a story out of the Northern Territory that's not getting anywhere near enough attention. Assault firearm charges after family's report of shots fired on highway near Borroloola. Northern Territory police say further charges may be laid as investigations continue. Police say assault and firearm charges have been laid against two men after a family alleged shots were fired at their car near Borroloola in the Northern Territory. Key points. Two men aged 19 and 31 are charged with aggravated assault, driving dangerously, and firearm offences. Northern Territory police said investigations are continuing and more charges may be laid. A Borroloola family said shots were fired at their car on the Carpinteria Highway on Thursday night. The family said the men fired shots from their car after following them along the Carpinteria Highway on Thursday night. The Northern Territory police issued a statement on Saturday night saying charges have been laid in relation to an incident involving a firearm. Two men aged 31 and 19 years old have been charged with 1 count each of aggravated assault and driving in a dangerous manner and 2 counts of firearm offences, the statement said. Investigations are ongoing and further charges may be laid. On Friday afternoon, Borroloola woman Shay Wright told the ABC her family, including 2 small children, were returning from a fishing trip on Thursday night when the incident happened. Miss Wright said the family heard a gunshot from a 4-wheel drive that tailed their car after leaving the Heartbreak Hotel roadside inn. She said a firearm was aimed at the family's car. A shot was fired that did not hit the vehicle. Community protest for arrests. On Saturday afternoon, prior to the police announcing the charges, Borroloola community members gathered outside the police station calling for an update on the investigation. Lisa Wilson, who was in the car allegedly shot at, posted a video to Facebook asking why the men had not been arrested. "This is fucking serious. Black lives matter or don't they?" she said. In their statement on Saturday night, the police defended their handling of the incident. Police responded to the original incident immediately and since then have conducted numerous interviews gathering extensive information relating to the alleged incident, the statement said. Police did not say whether the men had been arrested or were in custody. No detail was given about the nature of the firearm charges. I'm going to show you how I found out about this story, and they were kind enough to let me use their TikTok.
Basically, an Indigenous family were terrorised by 3 white men with guns who chased them down a stretch of highway while shooting at them. Why hasn't this been circulating in the media? Charges have been laid on 2 of the people. They have been charged with aggravated assault, driving dangerously, and firearm offences, although this was a literal hate crime. And let's call it what it is, terrorism. 9 News made a post saying that they understood that the family were distressed by what occurred, but the current actions outside the police station are not helping. From what I could gather, a protest formed outside the police station. And the community is disgusted with how the police are handling the incident. The 2 men who have been charged have been released on bail, and the 3rd person has not been implicated yet. And apparently when the report was being made to the police, they were laughing and smirking at the report. Let's signal boost this if the media won't.
Alright, I have another article for you. Bail for men charged with discharging firearms in alleged shooting incident on remote Northern Territory highway. A 31-year-old man and a 19-year-old man have been released on bail to face court later this month following a family's report of shots being fired at them on a remote highway near Gulf Country community of Borroloola, Northern Territory police say. Key points. Northern Territory police sent detectives from Catherine to Borroloola to investigate the alleged incident. 2 men now face 7 charges between them. A 3rd man who witnessed the alleged incident was released without charge. The family said the men fired shots from their car after following them along the Carpinteria Highway on Thursday night. Northern Territory police issued a statement on Saturday night saying charges including 2 counts of firearm offences had been laid in relation to an incident involving a firearm. In another statement issued on Sunday evening, police detailed the firearm offences and confirmed the 2 men have been given bail. A 31-year-old male driver has been charged with 1 count each of aggravated assault, dangerous driving, discharged firearms in public places, and discharged firearms causing danger, a Northern Territory police spokeswoman said. A 19-year-old male passenger has been charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, discharged firearm in public, and discharged firearm causing danger. The men have been bailed on conditions to not not attend the community of Borroloola and are scheduled to appear before the Catherine local court on August 31st. A spokeswoman also said a third man who'd witnessed the alleged incident had been released without charge. Community members said a peaceful protest was held on Saturday because arrests had not been made. Northern Territory Police said rocks were thrown at the Borroloola police station by protesters gathered outside on Saturday night. Unfortunately, at one point, the group became aggressive towards officers throwing rocks at the station, a spokeswoman said. Officers were quick to address this situation, and following negotiations, the three men were transported to Catherine with no further interference. Community is really scared. Lisa Watson said she was in the car with the family, including two children aged 3 and 5, when the incident was alleged to happen. She said community members in Borroloola were frightened and were upset the men were not facing harsher charges. The whole community is really scared, Miss Watson said. No one wants to leave their community and travel down that same road. Miss Watson said her partner was from Borroloola and they were in community for sorry business when the alleged shooting happened. We're angry, we're really upset that's all the charges were, Miss Watson said. We feel like there should be harsher charges laid. We're not satisfied with the outcome. Alright, first of all, nobody can look me in the eye sockets and tell me that if it was reversed, that if it was two Aboriginal men chasing a white family and shooting at them, that they would be getting bail and getting those charges. No way. No freaking way. See, stuff like this is why when I tell people that 3% of our population accounts for 30% of our prison population, and some people try to respond with, well, they commit more crimes. Bullshit. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders do not commit more crimes. As I respond to these people, and as I'll point out right now, white people get away with some ridiculous shit. I've seen it. Most people have probably seen it. And here is another example of it. Secondly, this witness. How did he witness something that's happening on a highway? I assume they're not driving slowly on the highway, so I'm guessing he was in the car. Must have been in the car. How would you witness this if you weren't in one of the cars? Now, that aside, give a shit if they even did throw a rock at the police station, because I guess that can't be anything worse than aggravated assault, because if shooting at a car with a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old in it is only aggravated assault, then throwing rocks, that can't be any worse than. You see my logic? And I agree. Those charges do sound pretty light. That would be a pretty unsatisfying outcome. So I went and had a little look at the Northern Territory Criminal Code Act, as in force at the 19th of July 2020. Now I had a quick little look through this, and we won't even bother with the fault elements of intention, because what could possibly be your intention of shooting at a car with a family in it? And a quick little look at assault all the way down the bottom is threatening with a firearm or other dangerous or offensive weapon. The offender is guilty of an offence and is liable to imprisonment for 5 years. 5 years. There you go. But this I found really interesting. This, if we went back a couple of pages, this is a law in Northern Territory. Endangering occupants of a vehicle and vessels. A person is guilty of an offence if a person throws a thing or directs a laser pointer at a vehicle or vessel. The act mentioned in paragraph A gives rise to a danger of harm to someone in or on the vehicle or vessel. Fault elements. The person A. intentionally throws a thing or directs the pointer, and knows or is reckless as to whether or not that act gives rise to danger or harm to someone in or on the vehicle or vessel. Maximum penalty, imprisonment for 4 years. Now I'd say shooting at a car would endanger the occupants. I'd say that could possibly be more dangerous than a laser pointer. They don't specify it in the law here, but just going by logic here. And so if pointing a laser pointer at a car can get you 4 years, what does shooting at a car get you? We'll be following this story. August 31st, the court date. I'll see you back here for that after then.